Yo, Powell County, what's up? Everyone did a great job watching the training video from last month and taking the accompanying quiz about our new spinal care protocol. And Nathan Zachary and I were highlighting the full body vacuum mattress splint as the primary alternative to the backboard. And I think as you saw in the video and like we talked about, it is kind of cumbersome. And it can be used in all the places that a backboard would ordinarily have been used. But yeah, it's kind of bulky and you have to do that really awkward pumping with that giant bicycle pump thing. And you know, it could be a little bit much. And that definitely is a drawback. The good news for us is that we are getting a different kind of vacuum mattress splint in, and that is a halfback vacuum mattress splint. It is really, really easy to use. It's really, really lightweight and easy to pack around. We got a sample of that into the skills lab here at EKU so that we can start teaching it in our curriculum, but it's going to be the exact same device that we're going to purchase for the ambulance service after the new fiscal year. So let me show you how it works. It's pretty slick. All right, guys, this is how it comes packaged. It's just this small little case. It's going to take up a lot less room than a full-body vacuum mattress splint on the ambulance. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the case. This is basically a short board vacuum mattress splint, right? This is basically the same dimension as the old school short boards that I actually think we probably still carry on some of the ambulances under the bench or behind the captain's chairs. It works just like the full body vacuum mattress splint, and I'm going to try to show you how this works one-handed, holding my cell phone camera to demonstrate actually just how easy it is to use. All right? So you would of course be positioning the patient on this. Their head would go up here at the circle, and this is basically on most patients going to extend down to the sacrum, maybe a little bit shorter on taller patients, but that's really probably fine because you know, what we really just need to do is immobilize the spine where it articulates. So between the cervical spine and the lumbar spine, and the legs and stuff like that, you know, don't really have a big impact on spinal care. So this is what we're going to use to actually restrict the motion of the patient's spine itself. All right, so it's pretty small. When you come over here, you'll see this valve on the back. You just flip this cap open. You come over here, you get this little hand pump and hose, and just do a quick connection. And I think I ought to be able to do this one-handed. All right. I'm actually just going to tuck this little hand pump under my arm. You'll probably see me drawing on the piston still, and I'm just going to suck the air out of this vacuum mattress splint. I'll try to hold the camera still. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I know that the camera's kind of shaky. I haven't drawn all of the air out of this, but if I had, all I would really need to do is just disconnect this hose, and it's a one-way valve. It keeps the air in the vacuum mattress splint, and you can see how this would start to form up around the patient. We would fold these up a little bit more around the patient's head. We would not need head blocks anymore, and as we continue to draw air out, it's going to form up around the patient. All right, so once this is kind of curled up around the patient like a vacuum mattress splint ordinarily would be, we would then just have to put this onto a backboard or a scoop stretcher or even a blanket lift or some other lifting and moving device to transfer the patient to the cot. All right, so that's kind of the whole point here, is that we might still be using a backboard as our transfer device, but this vacuum mattress splint formed up around the patient, forming to their void spaces, is going to be a lot more therapeutic than strapping them onto the backboard itself. So the backboard just becomes the transfer device to the cot. This guy is actually what's providing the spinal motion restriction care. And of course, we could use the scoop stretcher, a reeve stretcher, a blanket, a multi-person arm bar / beam lift, right? There's so many different ways to skin the cat of lifting a patient up. This is the puppy that's actually going to be hugging the patient, keeping their neck and their spine secure. So then when it's time to let the air out of this thing, this is pretty cool. All we have to do is, let me focus here, is just hit this little button and it starts to let the air out. Just hold it down, the thing inflates again. That's the whole kit. Okay, so I appreciate your patience with the shaky camera work and the trouble focusing. It's hard to do this stuff one-handed, but I kind of wanted to do that on purpose to demonstrate just how easy this thing is to use. Of course, you're probably going to need your partner's help to get the patient onto it in the first place, but from that point forward, really, really, really simple. All right, so I'm excited about it. We'll have one of these on each one of our frontline units at least, and it's a really, really slick device.